Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're here for Game Week 36 of the 23-24 Premier League season, back again to predict another 10 fixtures in this campaign. We're very much getting to the business end of the season now, aren't we, Harry? Very exciting time.
Yeah, very much so. 3 game weeks to go, still all to play for at the top and at the bottom. Some huge games coming up this weekend.
And speaking of at the bottom, let's get into our first game, the Friday night fixture. So tonight, if anyone's watching when this goes out, Luton Town versus Everton. This is a must-win game for Luton Town at home at Kenilworth Road. This is the type of game where they can get 3 points on the board and see themselves climb out of the relegation zone. However, it's going to be a very difficult game. Everton have been a very good team recently. They are the second highest for clean sheets, the second highest for goals from set pieces. Everton are doing well. So, can Luton Town beat them, or are Everton simply too good?
Yeah, I think it's been a good game. As you say, Everton are safe now. They've got nothing to play for, but they have been playing very, very well, especially now Sean Dyche is wearing a tracksuit. For Luton, I mean, it's a must-win, isn't it? A loss here, and I think they're down. But I don't think they will lose here. I think at the Kenilworth Road, against an Everton side who haven't really got too much going for them right now, Luton will provide with a 2-0 win, and I will go goals from Colton Morris. And who's even fit? Ross Barkley, is he fit?
Barkley's fit, yeah.
Barkley and Morris then 2-0 Luton and a massive 3 points.
Yeah, Ross Barkley very good this season for Luton. Carlton Morris as well. I think Luton will win. I'll go 3-0 Luton. I think it will be I think Adebayo will score on his return, which will be incredible to see. And trying to remember if any defenders are fit to score from set pieces. I will say a goal from Reece Burke. I think he should be.
Yeah,
he is back, so he should score. And then I'll say Alfie Doughty is one of the only players that's actually stayed fit this season for Luton Town, and I think he'll be rewarded with a goal here. And Everton, despite playing well recently, get nothing. On to the Saturday then, Saturday the 4th of May. We've got 5 fixtures, the first of which, the 12th they kick off, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Arsenal have been in sensational form recently. They've been rolling over teams to a certain extent in the Premier League. Even Tottenham at the weekend, they went 3-0 up. I know they only won that game 3-2, and Tottenham played very well, but Arsenal still scored 3 goals in 45 minutes against their bitter rivals. As for Bournemouth, they've been quite good this season. Dom Solanke and Anthony Iraola have both been incredible at what they do, and that's carried them into the position they are, but they have done very well. Is Arsenal too big a stretch, or can they bridge that gap and win here?
Yeah, it's one of those two sides that are playing very, very well, and the only way you can determine the difference between them is that Arsenal have better quality players. So I'm going to go for a decent
probably
game.
A better system, if
yeah, but I think I'm going to go for a decent game, but a close one. Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 1. I think Bournemouth will push them all the way and will take the lead away from home with a goal from Antoine Semenyo. But then Arsenal will respond in the second half with goals from Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard to keep the Gunners with pace with Man City.
Fair enough. I disagree. I think that Arsenal will slip up here and then the title race will be over. So I'll say 2-2, and then everyone will go, well, there we go. City win the league. All this, we've got 3 teams in the title race, 8 games to go, and then on Game Week 36, it's all but decided. So I'll say Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 2. I think it'll be a goal from Ben White. I know, because he's been in incredible scoring form recently, especially against Chelsea, unfortunately. And then I will say a goal, almost at Samuel Lokonga, he's not even there anymore. I'll go Martin Odegaard because he's been very good recently. As for Bournemouth, well, I'm obviously going to back Dom Solanke. He's the only player that can score for them. And I'll say Justin Kluivert as well. So Bournemouth draw level 2-2, which is a good result, very good result for them. Up next, it's Brentford versus Fulham, the London derby that absolutely nobody gives a toss about. Brentford will be hoping to continue what has been a decent bit of form recently that's seen them climb out of that relegation battle, namely victory over Luton in that period, a crucial one. As for Fulham, they've somehow done well this season despite having no quality striker. Rodrigo Mies has turned up for a few games, but that's about it. Williams played well at times, but I don't know how Fulham are where they are, I'll be honest. Silva's a genius. Marcus Silva deserves all the plaudits for that. Can they somehow keep that good form rolling, though, and beat Brentford away here?
I mean, yeah, these are two sides that have got nothing to play for, just looking to consolidate their position. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 home win. I think this game could go either way, but for some reason I feel like backing Brentford in this tie, and I'll go for a 1 goal from Johan Visser, and that will be about it for this game.
Yeah, fair enough. I will say I really don't care. No, I really don't know. Both these sides have not got a lot to play for. I'm going to back a ridiculous game. Brentford 4, Fulham 3.
Wow.
Why not? I'll say a Tony goal, a Jensen goal, a Roslev goal. I don't know if these are fit, by the way, so apologies if I get a name that isn't fit. And also Neil Maupay, because I love a Neil Maupay goal. And he'll score the winner as well, so he can go do some tears in front of the Fulham fans. As for Fulham, I'll say Iwobi, I'll say Willian, and I'll go João Palhinha for their 3 goals. But ultimately a loss, despite scoring 3 goals, is a difficult one to take. The next 3 o'clock kickoff is 2 sides spinning really good form relative to where they are in the table at least. Burnley are in the relegation zone, but their recent games have seen them climb back into the fight to stay in the Premier League, and a win here could even see them out of the bottom 3. As for Newcastle, well, their incredible form recently, mainly from Alexander Isak, has seen them push into contention for the Europa League spot. I believe they find themselves 6th now, so they've been very good recently. Can they keep that up, or will Burnley's fight for survival continue?
I think it's going to be a tough game to call for me because, as you say, Newcastle in very good form, but Burnley need points and they are proving that they're a tough team to handle. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think the away side will take the lead through that man, Alexander Isak. He has been ridiculous recently, but Burnley will keep in the game, weather the Newcastle storm, and then with a few minutes left on the clock, will take a vital point with a huge goal coming through Zeki Amdouni.
Fair enough. I am going to say 4-0 Newcastle because I'm not delusional. I think, Burnley have been in good form recently, but in my opinion, in that time they've got draws against United and Chelsea, who are both, United are awful and Chelsea were bad on the day. Who they win against? Sheffield United, I think, in that period as well. So, they've done well, but Newcastle's a step up in quality. They've been incredible recently. 4-0 Newcastle, brace for Isak, goal for Gordon, and a goal for Fabian Schär, just so everyone there who has their FPL assets is really happy.
Fair enough.
And then the final 3 o'clock kickoff, this penultimate game on the Saturday, Sheffield United versus Nottingham Forest. Sheffield United are relegated from the Premier League this season. They have been incredibly terrible and understandably find themselves relegated as a consequence. As for Nottingham Forest, well, they need to win here. This is a must-win game for them because they've got Burnley and Chelsea, their final 2 games of the season, and it's very likely that neither of those will win, so they've got to beat Sheffield United if they want to stay in the Premier League. Will they do that, Harry, or will they slip up?
Sheffield United are relegated and have got nothing to play for, so in true Sheffield United fashion, they're going to win 1-0 here and completely...
They've not been bad recently, have they?
No, they haven't, because they're that type of team. For some reason, when they've got nothing to play for, they play at their best, and they're going to completely fuck Forest over here, and I'll go for a 1-0 win. It'll be an Ollie McBurney goal from about 3 yards out, because the ball's going to come from a corner. It's going to be a header from Ahmed Hodzic, which is saved by either Sells, Vakadimos, or whoever wants else to play goal. Turner.
Nuno.
In goal at this point.
I back him.
And then the goalkeeper's going to save it. It'll fall to McBurney and he'll toe punt it home. And for some reason, Sheffield United pick up a big 3 points here.
Fair enough. I'm not even picturing a toe punt. I'm picturing it just sort of hits him in the hip and goes in, and then they go wheeling away in celebration. I think it will be a draw. I'm going to Sheffield United 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Similar line of thinking, really, of... Sheffield United have got nothing to play for. There's no pressure on them, so they can play well. And for Forest, I think they will be a bit desperate, push a bit too hard. And if you watch Chris Wood last week against Man City, then they're not going to score any goals. So I think that could be a real concern for them. I'll say 1-1. I do think Chris Wood will score here to make up for his misses, but I think that it'll be Sheffield United goals. Sorry, not Man City. I'll say Sheffield United goals for a goal from Ollie Arblasted. I think he deserves one. He's been the captain recently, and I think he deserves a goal in the Premier League. Up next, the 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday. It's Manchester City versus Wolves. City must win it if they want to stay top of the Premier League and not level on points with Arsenal. Obviously, they've Arsenal dropped points against Bournemouth. It doesn't matter, but City just want to keep winning, win this Premier League title. As for Wolves, if not, City could go trophyless this season. Who am I kidding? They're not losing to United in the FA Cup, but they're playing a Wolves side who have shocked a few this season, I'd say. Gary O'Neill's side have done quite well, actually, and he will complain again about VAR, but ultimately Wolves have done well despite that. They don't find themselves in a relegation battle. I think a lot of people, when Julian Lopetegui was sacked with like a week until the start of the season, rightfully predicting that Wolves would go down, but O'Neill steadied that ship and they find themselves in a really good position now. However, City, they're really good. How many are they going to score?
I mean, it's this point of the season, City don't mess around. They turn up, get the job done, get 3 points, go home. Don't think they'll batter Wolves here, but it'll still be convincing. 2-0 win. Probably have about 70% of the ball, and it'll be goals from Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, and it's the most easy prediction I'll ever have.
Yeah, if I haven't got my years in a model, I believe they lost the reverse fixture early in the season. That was their only drop of points. So there is an opportunity here for Wolves. However, I just think business end, as you say, City are ruthless. And I think they'll get the win over the line here. I'll say 2-1 Manchester City. I'll go a Haaland goal, an Alvarez goal. And for Wolves, I'll say an own goal from Nathan Ake. And
nice.
Everyone in FPL will be furious because not only will Ake not get his clean sheet, he'll also get an own goal. And they'll get booked for kicking off. On to the Sunday then, we've got 3 games. The first of which, the 2 o'clock kickoff, Brighton versus Aston Villa. 2 sides who found themselves in Europe this season after really strong performances last year. One side in Aston Villa find themselves in the Champions League spots right now, and a victory here and failure to win for Tottenham would see Villa confirm a place in Europe, or if Tottenham have lost in the week as well. And then for Brighton, well, they find themselves 10th in the league right now, so could they push up the table a little more, or are they rooted? Oh no, I think they're lower than that, actually. I think they're 12th. Yeah. So are they going to make a late push, or are they going to lose again?
Yeah, I think Brighton are kind of done this season. I don't see them going any further, and this is an Aston Villa side who know they need to win, and they've shown Aston Villa when the pressure's on, they will get the result across the line under Unai Emery. And I'll go for a 2-0 win to the away side. It'll be goals from Ollie Watkins and John McGinn to drag Villa across the line, pick out a big 3 points, and all but confirm Champions League football.
Fair enough. I will say 3-0 Aston Villa. I'll say an Ollie Watkins goal. He's been their best player this season. I'll go Leon Bailey. And I'll say Douglas Luiz from the spot. I just think that Brighton have not really been at the races recently, and if Villa play like they have all season, then they'll be very good. I can't really blame it on Brighton. They've not had a fit squad all year. They didn't really replace their big sales last summer. It's understandable, therefore, there's going to be a bit of drop-off there. Up next then, Chelsea versus West Ham, a London derby, our second of the game week. It should be interesting. Obviously, Chelsea haven't had the greatest form in the world recently. They should have beaten Aston Villa last weekend. Before that, they lost 5-0 to Arsenal, and before that, they beat Everton 6-0. So, no idea how this could happen. They're either going to get battered or win or draw in unfair circumstances. We have no idea. So, pick a number. How are Chelsea going to get on this weekend, Harry?
I mean, we haven't seen the Tottenham game yet, so that could have been horrific or really good. But for me, West Ham aren't great at home. Chelsea should have enough. I will go 2-1 though. Very tough game. Very, very slim victory. I think Chelsea will take the lead through Cole Palmer. West Ham will equalise through Jared Bowen just for half-time. But in the second half, Chelsea will get a goal, and that will be the winner. And it will come through Mykhailo Mudryk.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not buzzing to watch this game. I'm not going to lie. This could be a less than fun one. I don't know. I just hope Chelsea win. I'll say 3-1 Chelsea. It's a random prediction. We have no idea. If they've lost to Tottenham in the week, then I probably won't even bother watching this one. But 3-1, I'll say Cole Palmer. I will say Nicholas Jackson, because he really needs to score eventually. And then I'll say Malo Gusto if he's fit. If not, I'll go Alfie Gilchrist again, because love the lad. He's one of the only ones who look like they care at the moment. Actually, no, I'll change that. Thiago Silva. Last game at the bridge for Silva. I think he'll score. There's my prediction. And then the final game on the Sunday. Not the final game of the game week. Bear with us till Monday night. But on the Sunday, the big one, Liverpool versus Tottenham. Liverpool are still just about in the title race. They would need City and Arsenal to both drop points a couple times. However, they're still there. They're still in the conversation. They face a Tottenham side who, again, still have a slim chance of Champions League. It is a slim one, but it's still a chance. So, are Liverpool going to win and put themselves still in contention for the title, or will Tottenham win and put themselves still in contention for Champions League football?
I mean, here you have two sides who have a very small chance of getting what they want this season. So what's going to happen? They're both going to drop points. They're both going to draw 0-0, and both going to confirm themselves out of their foreseeable fights. 0-0, nothing's going to happen. Terrible game. Super Sunday, ruined.
Yeah, I think that, because the reverse fixture was the one where we saw the worst VAR decision ever, I think they're right the wrong of that. And it'll be 2-1 Liverpool, and they'll just give him a penalty for no reason. Sad just runs in the box. He trips over his own foot or something, but Porro's in the... Porro won't be over that side. Ben Davies in the vicinity, so quite believable. I will say... Yeah, so Salah penalty, that shouldn't stand. Tottenham will then score a perfectly good goal, but they get the system wrong, and it's miles onside, but they call it offside. And then I will say that Liverpool score again for Luis Diaz. Tottenham will get one for Van de Ven, but ultimately Tottenham will lose 2-1 and be very angry in the media and demand a replay and all that.
Yes.
So it'll be very, very amusing for us all to watch.
Like it.
On the Monday night, then, the 8 o'clock kickoff, the last game of the game week, you've got Ollie Glasner's high-flying, high-achieving, soaring Eagle Army, and Manchester United's misery under Ten Hag continues with this away fixture at Selhurst Park. Can Crystal Palace keep the good times rolling, Harry, and beat Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United side, or will Ten Hag finally get it right and steer United towards European football?
I mean, as you say, Palace are playing beautifully so far. United were really poor last weekend against Burnley, and they deserve a thumping. They're not a very, very good team, and they need to be shown that. After Ten Hag said they're one of the most exciting and thrilling sides to watch in the Premier League.
He's not wrong.
Incredible
I love watching Man United because they're awful.
Exactly. I will go Crystal Palace 4, Manchester United 0. They deserve to get absolutely hammered, and it will be goals from Mateta.
Sorry, do you mean R9?
Two goals.
Incredible.
2 goals from Mateta. Eze off the bench probably because he might not be fully fit quite yet. And then a 4th is going to come through Tyreek Mitchell.
Fair enough. A brace from Mateta then.
Yes.
Fair enough. I will say, it makes my prediction look modest, whatever I say now, but I'll go 3-1 Crystal Palace because there's no way United don't get a lucky penalty here and Bruno Fernandes converts it. I think that'll be the opener. Yeah. And everyone will go, oh, right, Crystal Palace, brilliant run is over. United are going to get away with this here. And then Mateta goal. I guess he's got another one. Jean-Philippe Mateta. Hat-trick for Mateta. Palace fans loving it. And obviously, they're incredible at the moment. I don't know what Oliver Glasner's putting in the water at Crystal Palace. Whatever it is, he needs to keep doing it because it's bloody working. I think it's just positivity.
Yeah.
And it's working. They're playing good football. They're winning games. They're going to keep doing it here. And United, very much the exact opposite. So, I think Crystal Palace will win and put themselves... Well, I think next season they could be a serious contention for Europe. That's my bold prediction already. Look out for that next season. But very exciting end to the Premier League season we have ahead of us. 2 rounds to go after this one, Harry. We're almost there now at the end of this season. But I'm very excited. No Premier League streams this weekend, guys, unfortunately. But we will be back next midweek with both Champions League semi-finals, second leg, so we'll find out who are the Champions League finalists. And then next weekend, I believe we do have a Premier League stream. I think it's City on a Tuesday night, I want to say. We might have a weekend one as well. So just keep your eyes on the channel for that. And of course, we will do our bumper Premier League final day stream as well to decipher who gets relegated, who stays up, who gets Europe. All the dramatic questions that need answering on the final day will be there to talk through all the situations, all the stipulations, and everything that's going on. So I'm very excited for that. Good end to the season. Thank you guys very much for watching this week. If you want to keep watching our content, there's a video on screen now where we talk about the relegation fight. Will Luton stay up? Will Burnley stay up? Will Nottingham Forest stay up? We'll go and click on that video to find out our thoughts. But that is everything from us this week. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.